Is this thing working? Well, oh, yes it is. Hi, my name is Carl Haynes. Welcome to this new channel we're calling Vinotrove. Think of it as a treasure trove of wine. Pretty clever, huh? Anyway, who am I? I'm not really anybody. I'm just a Seattle dad. 2 kids, hanging out, but we had a year and a half of sticking around the house and I need to go somewhere. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna travel around the world and we are going to visit the wine regions, both big and small. Any place they're making wine, that's where I wanna be. We're gonna see how this goes. This is episode 1. We'll see if there's an episode 2. Anyway, today, what we're going to do is we're gonna head over to the closest wine region of Seattle. It's not really a wine region. It's more a place where there's a lot of wineries and tasting rooms. That area is Woodinville, Washington. Woodinville's got like 130 plus wineries and tasting rooms. A lot of tasting rooms. A lot of people make their wine out east, truck it over here, and have a tasting room. A lot of other ones actually truck the grapes over, make the wine here. A little bit of both. Anyway, Woodinville is made up of 4 districts. The downtown district, the warehouse district, the west district, and what we're gonna visit today, the Hollywood district. Hollywood district is probably the most well-known, mainly because of Chateau Saint Michel, which is by far the largest winery there. It's been around since the 70s and really is what drove all the wineries to Woodinville. They've had a lot of success. They're one of the biggest wineries in the US, but still make some fantastic wines, especially the Rieslings. I appreciate your checking us out on this first trip, and if it goes badly, I'm sorry. But we'll do the best we can. So, I'm gonna load up the car, head over the bridge, and I'll see you over in Woodinville. I'm here standing on an intersection in what can be called the central part of the Hollywood district. Over my shoulder is the Hollywood Schoolhouse, home to 2 wineries, the Maryhill, which is a larger winery, and Alexandria Nicole, which is a smaller winery, and which is where we'll do a tasting later. If we look over the other way, we've got Gorman, which is a very well-known winery in the area, producing some delicious reds. Behind them is Apple Farm, which has several different wineries, including Lauren Ashton. Over my shoulder is the Commons, which hosts several good wineries, including A. Maurice and Mark Ryan. There's also a Purple Cafe, which has a very large wine bar if you want to try a lot of different wineries at once. They also have an outpost in downtown Seattle. And over my other shoulder is Redwood Place, which has Airfield, Milbrandt, and several other wineries. And in just a second, we're going to be heading down in that direction, where we're going to find Chateau Saint Michel, DeLille, and several of the other larger wineries. So I'm standing outside Willows Lodge. Willows Lodge has been around for a long time and is known as probably the most luxurious accommodations in the area. Attached to Willows Lodge are 2 very well-known restaurants. One being the herb farm, which is well known as for their tasting courses. It's very expensive, very nice. I have not eaten there yet, so I'm told. I have, however, eaten at the Barking Frog several times. Barking Frog is a more casual, open for lunch and dinner, much more casual, and always a good place to stop when you're in Woodinville. Chateau Ste. Michelle played a pivotal role in Washington's wine. It was one of the very first wineries and was really the first winery to build a big chateau like this, especially on the west side near Seattle. They built it in a French style, and today all white wines from Chateau Ste. Michelle are produced here, while red wines are produced out in the eastern Washington area. So very nicely, Chateau Ste. Michelle has planted some sample grapevines, make you feel like you're in the wine country, even though no grapes are really grown out here in western Washington. Maybe some out on the islands and maybe where it's a little bit warmer, but Seattle area, there's a Puget Sound AVA, but for the most part, Seattle area doesn't grow grapes. Now we'll go in, we'll take a look around. We're gonna do a tasting over at Alexandria and Nicole today, so we won't do a tasting here. I've been here several times, so know what the grapes, know what the wines taste like. Now, if you are in the area, this is probably the #1 tourist spot, and it really is a must-do if you're not from the Washington area. It's most definitely the grandest of the tasting rooms, and it's a lot of fun. There's very large grounds. They've got a concert area. You can do picnics here. They enjoy people coming in, spending time. So we're here at Alexandria and Nicole about to do a tasting. We've got 5 wines coming out, 2 whites, 3 reds, and they were very generous, gave an extra 1 white bubbly and 1 rosé. Don't forget to drink lots of water while you're tasting. Stay hydrated. Alright, last up, we've got the Jet Black. If you look at that, definitely lives up to its name. So pour in here. Super dark. It's 100% Syrah, although I was told this one has a small amount of, I think it was Cabernet Franc, but don't quote me on that. This one I've had before. Definitely a good Syrah. I could drink that all night long. Definitely, it's got a nice, kind of rich, meaty taste. Super dark. Delicious. And now, nothing but empty.